Good day, grade 8. Today, our topic is all about relation and function. So first, let's have the relation. So letter A is equal to 2, 4, 5 or 4, 2, 5, and B is equal to 6, 8, and 10. Consider the relation as a factor of. This relation connects the elements in set A to the elements in set B. Since 2 is factor of 6, 4 is factor of 8, and 5 is a factor of 10. We can display the relation as a factor of from set A to set B using an arrow diagram as shown. So example, 4 is factor of 8, 2 is factor of 6, 2 is factor of 8, and 2 is factor of 10, and 5 is factor of 10. Set A is called the domain, and set B is called as codomain of the relation. The arrows represent the relation is a factor of. So 4 is a factor of 6. Hence, 2 is a factor of 6, 4 is a factor of 8, and etc. This can be conveniently represented by pairs of numbers. So example, ordered pair of 2, 6, 4, 8, and etc., which are known as the ordered pairs. Thus, the set of the ordered pairs 4, 8, 2, 6, 2, 8, 2, 10, 5, 10 represent the relation is a factor from set A to set B. In each ordered pair, the first component must be an element in the domain and the second component an element in the codomain. The second component of an ordered pair is called the image of corresponding first component. Note that an element of the domain may be related to one or more elements in the codomain and vice versa. As what I mentioned, a relation can be represented by pairs of numbers or the ordered pairs. So like for example, we have 4, 8, 2, 6, 2, 8, and 2, 10. And we also have 5, 10, wherein the set A or the domain will be our x-axis or the value of x, and the set B or the codomain will be the y-axis or the value of y. So 4, 2, 2, 2, and 5 or 4, 2, 5 will be the x-axis or the domain, and 6, 8, and 10 will be the y-axis or the codomain. So next, let's have the functions. A function performs one or more operation on the inputs, the values it takes in to produce outputs, the results. The operation performed on the inputs are known as the rule of the function. In this section, we'll take a look at functions. So when we say function, it is the relationship of two variables, which is x and y, such that every input x produces exactly one output of y. Again, every input x produces exactly one output of y. Input x will be the independent variables, and our input y will be our dependent variables. So let's try another function. So example, we have y is equal to 2x minus 3. Then find the value of y. So let x be equal to 4. So y is equal to 2. Just change x into 4. So we have 2 times 4 minus 3. So 2 times 4 is 8. 8 minus 3 we have 5. So y is equal to 5. Next, find the equation of a function which is y is equal to 10x, wherein x is equal to 5. Just change x or substitute the value of x into number 5. So we have 10 multiplied by 5. Y now is equal to 50. So now let's have the relation and function. Remember that a function is a relation in which every element in the domain has a unique image in the codomain. So in function and relation, we have one-to-one function, many-to-one function, one-to-many function, and many-to-many function. So let's have first the one-to-one. One-to-one means every value in set A corresponds only one value in set B. So example, 1 correspond or is a function of 5 or is a factor of 5, 2 is a factor of 4, and 3 is a factor of 6. It is 1 to 1 since 1 is only a factor of 5 and 2 is only factor of 4 and 3 is only factor of 6. This one is a function. So next, let's have the one to many. When we say one to many, we have one number in set A or to the domain and correspond or factor of one or more number in set B. So example, we have 4. 4 is a factor of 8 and 10. Therefore, this one or one to many is an example of not function. Again, one to many is not a function since the value of domain is not unique since it is repeated to the codomain. So next, we have many to one. As you can see, we have 4 and 2 is a factor of 12. As long as the domain or in set A or the value of x is not repeated, the relation is always function. So since 1 is not repeated, 4 is not repeated, 2 is not repeated, 3 is not repeated, therefore the relation is a function. So next we have many to many. As you can see, 4 and 2, 4 is a factor of 12, 4 is factor of 6, 2 is factor of 12, and 2 is factor of 10. And our domain or the value of x and set A is repeated, therefore the relation is not a function. Again, 4 is repeated and 2 is repeated. They correspond one or more value in set B or to the codomain, so it is not a function. And that's it. Let's call it a day. Goodbye, grade 8.